Good morning and welcome to Torino, a city known for its famous shroud and for being the automotive heart of Italy. But it's the greatest athletes in the world who will take center stage as they strive to be swifter, higher, stronger. And we're here for all the action as we kick off our coverage of the Olympic Winter Games today, Thursday, February 9th, 2006.
From NBC News, this is a special edition of Today at the 2006 Olympic Winter Games with Katie Couric and Matt Lauer, live from Torino, Italy.
And good morning, everyone, and welcome to a very, very special edition of Today on this Thursday morning. I'm Matt Lauer.
And I'm Katie Couric, and we're here at the Piazza San Carlo, which is absolutely stunning, and we're surrounded by some very buff tourists.
Yeah.
Actually, members of the U.S. Olympic team. Buongiorno, everyone.
Hey, folks, how are you?
Nice to see you. Great to have you here.
We should be clapping for you, by the way,
absolutely.
not the other way around.
Matt, they're so young.
I know.
But they look great.
We're past our prime.
Excited to be here? Yeah, good. Well, we're going to be checking in with some of you a little bit later. Meanwhile, Nice Digs. This will be our home for the next 2 weeks or so, Matt. And this piazza may be the most popular spot in all of Torino for locals and tourists alike, thanks to its fancy boutiques, fine cafes, and stunning architecture. We're going to show you around this place in just a few minutes.
By the way, are these the winter games or the fall games or the spring games? It's beautiful here.
I know it's about 45 degrees, but we should mention the sun is shining, the sky is the bluest of blues, and the weather is really picture perfect.
You, young man, need a coat if you're going to compete in the Olympics. By the way, we should tell you the Olympic medals will be handed out a short distance from here in the Medals Plaza. And we should also tell you that the First Lady of the United States, Laura Bush, is on her way to Torino. She's going to head up the U.S. delegation. She met this morning at the Vatican with Pope Benedict XVI. And she is going to be here tomorrow. She'll attend opening ceremony and also some of the events. That should be fun.
Meanwhile, Matt, Torino and the surrounding areas are rapidly filling up. 2,500 athletes from 85 nations will ultimately be here in Torino and at the mountain locations as well, which are about 50 to 60 miles west of the city. 17 days of competition, 84 titles at stake. 10,000 members of the media covering these games. That's a nightmare. And 1 million spectators will be following all the action worldwide.
And as the events come up, we're going to be previewing all the sports and all the events for you. One of the things that's going to get a lot of attention here, of course, is women's figure skating. A few names to keep in mind there: Kwan, Cohen, and Meissner. We're going to have a preview of the women's competition coming up.
All that, plus Italy's most famous and charismatic Olympian ever, La Bomba.
Tomba La Bomba.
Alberto Tomba, you'll be chatting with him.
Right,
That'll
he's
be
kind
exciting.
of a legend on and off the slopes.
Absolutely. An Italian singing superstar, Andrea Bocelli, will be serenading us, and I'm very excited about that. By the way, you're looking very chic and Euro this morning, Matt.
Chic and Euro is okay. I just don't want you to say you're looking Euro this morning. All right, we've got a lot to get to.
Nothing wrong with that. In fact, we've got the latest Olympic news, and for that, we turn to NBC's Campbell Brown, who's just a couple of blocks away from here. Campbell, buongiorno.
Buongiorno to you, Katie. A little bit of excitement building here today and a lot of anticipation over whether the Americans are going to be able to pull off what they did in Salt Lake. 34 medals. There is no home field advantage here, though. It is the Italians who are rolling out the red carpet for spectators and athletes from all over the world.
A big moment today. After its worldwide tour, the Olympic torch finally arrives in Torino, signaling to the world the Olympic Games are about to begin. The
opening ceremony tomorrow night. And Katie and Matt, we should mention, we just learned this morning that Chris Whitty, gold medal speed skater, has been named the U.S. flag bearer at the opening ceremony tomorrow night. Katie and Matt?
All right, Campbell, thanks so very much. And we'll be chatting with Chris a little bit later in the show. You know, I was thinking, Matt, these athletes are also young, attractive, and they've worked so hard to get here, and yet we're kind of blocking
You're
some
right.
of the shorter
You're right.
gals in the front.
Here we go.
So
Right.
we'd like to throw back to New York for a check of the news headlines.
And for that, Ann Curry's in Studio 1A. Ann, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Matt and Katie. Good morning, everybody. In the news this morning, anxious hours on Capitol Hill last night when a sensor detected a possible nerve agent. About 200 people, including 9 senators, evacuated the Russell Senate office building, huddling in a parking garage. 3 hours later, further tests indicated no problem. Officials are unsure what triggered the alarm. The senators say at least the warning system worked. A suicide bomber killed at least 22 people in northwestern Pakistan today. The attack happened during a Shiite religious procession and sparked riots, injuring more than 50 people. Amid the violence over the cartoon satirizing the Prophet Muhammad, Iran is denying that it has fanned the anger. This after Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice accused Iran and Syria on Wednesday of trying to, quote, inflame sentiments. NBC's Keith Miller joins us now from London. Keith, good morning. There was more outrage expressed today.
Indeed, and religious demonstrations today turned out to anger in Lebanon and Iraq, and the war of words over the offending cartoon.
All right, Keith Miller from London. Thank you so much, Keith. Well, this morning, First Lady Laura Bush also spoke about the cartoon controversy while she was at the Vatican during a visit with Pope Benedict XVI. She said she understood Muslims were offended, but did not think violence was the answer. Her visit to Italy will take her to Torino, where she will head up the U.S. Olympic delegation. Near San Diego, 2 small planes collided in midair on Wednesday. A man who was taking pictures caught this image as the 2 planes hit each other over El Cajon, the flaming wreckage falling into a residential area. 3 people on the planes were killed. No one on the ground was hurt. A midair incident on board a Spirit Airlines flight in New York. On Wednesday, a woman tried to open one of the plane's emergency doors before passengers grabbed her and forced her to sit down. The plane landed safely at LaGuardia. U2 rocked the Grammy Awards last night in Los Angeles, winning 5 trophies, including both Album and Song of the Year. John Legend was honored as the Best New Artist. And another legend, rock pioneer Sly Stone, made a rare appearance, his first public performance in 13 years. We're going to have much more on the awards later on today. Meantime, a past Grammy winner was forced from her California home last night because a mudslide came crashing near her property. Wanda Vaughn of The Emotions was carrying her Grammy Awards when she was rescued by firefighters. And today, NBC Sports is announcing it's adding famed sportscaster Al Michaels to its Sunday night football broadcast team. He'll be joined in the booth by recent Hall of Fame inductee John Madden. It is now 7:10. Let's go back to Torino, where Katie and Matt are, and Al are standing by.
Hey, well, we've got everybody standing by, Ann. Thanks very much. Al Michael coming to NBC.
I was going to
That's
say,
great.
he could even get me to watch football.
That's right. That's great. It's going to be a good
I
team
like
in the
him.
booth.
He's a nice guy.
Have you met my flying companion?
Yes, hello,
Do you know,
Mr. Roker.
we were
kissed,
actually spooning on the way on the flight.
Okay, listen, have a nice day.
You didn't need to do that.
We were
Just
back.
through the weather
We were back
already.
to. It was very special. It was great. It really, come on over this. I'm sorry, I just can't quit him. What can I say? We got nice folks here. Where are you from?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, little Philadelphia freedom.
We're here visiting my cousin.
No, who's your is your cousin?
My
an
cousin
athlete?
lives in Italy.
Oh,
No.
she's an athlete. Okay, here in Italy.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. Are you going to go to any of the ceremonies?
I hope so.
Good. All right, we'll see if we can get you some tickets. All right, let's check your weather, shall we? See what's going on. We'll show you for today. Around, check it out as we zoom into Torino. And as you can see, it has been gorgeous. There are some clouds earlier today. Lots of sunshine. High today, 48. Partly cloudy tonight. Tomorrow, partly cloudy. A high of around 44 degrees. That's what's going on around the country and Italy. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Oh boy, everyone looks awfully.
All right, Al, thanks very much. The opening ceremony is set for tomorrow night. Most of the Olympic athletes are already here in Torino. What they're finding is a modern-day Olympic city transformed largely by relying on its past.
It was only a dream, and it is now reality.
The upset decision to award Torino to be a Fiat car factory. And when the 2,500 athletes and 1 million expected spectators begin arriving, person credited with bringing the Olympics here to Torino today is Deputy President of the Olympic Organizing Committee. She's affectionately known as Torino's Blonde for displaying charm and glamour while getting the city ready for these games. Evelina, nice to see you. How are you?
Welcome in Torino.
Thank you. It's good to be here. How could you possibly be so calm with the games just 24 hours away?
I've been working 8 years till now, so I have to be calm. The vision is accomplished. I think that what we were thinking at the very beginning of the bid, of course, we were not at all sure about the victory because we were bidding for the first time. Nobody ever won at the first try. So we just want to have a big moment of communication and of vision for Torino, possibly as a new city, I don't say without Fiat, but with some other resources aside of Fiat.
Well, you mentioned Fiat. I mean, this is a city, Torino, that has reinvented itself several times.